Welcome to a special film session on Evan Mobley. I got my boy Vince Miracle to break it all down. We are breaking down a total of 9 clips, kind of going back and forth about what we think of each possession, and we'll see how it goes from there, man. But first and foremost, initial thoughts, Vince. I am so impressed by Evan Mobley. He is much better than what I thought he would be, especially after watching him live in Las Vegas. He had a subpar tournament, I would say, and he just looked like a rookie who needed to add strength. That still needs to happen, but he's doing all the things he didn't do at Summer League, like making high basketball IQ plays. His timing is excellent. His feel for the game is just second to none, especially for that age. Again, bro, I am so impressed. The kid's putting up pretty much 14 points, almost 9 boards a game, 2 blocks. He is doing it all. And it really looks like the Cavs struck gold with this kid. What have your thoughts been so far?
Yeah, man, he's been very, very impressive. I've been watching almost every single game this season. I think I've only missed one of the 5 games that they played. And I think the game I missed was the Charlotte game. I know for a fact the game I missed was the Charlotte
Right.
game. But yeah, man, he's been very, very, very impressive. I like the way he moves with the ball, without the ball. He gets to his spots. He knows where he's best at. He at times forces it a little bit especially when he starts to get a little hot when a couple shots go down. But yeah, they definitely struck gold with this one. I think it's between him and Scotty Barnes for the leaders of Rookie of the Year right now. And with the way the Cavs record is at 3-2, you kind of have to give the notch to Evan Mobley over here.
Yeah, I just did a video with my boy Robert about who would you rather have. He kind of gave a slight edge to Evan. I gave a slight edge to Scotty. It's no disrespect. This is a phenomenal class. But without further ado, let's get right to it, man. So on this first possession, great anticipation skills by the young bull. And we see Evan Mobley do some work early. But what I love the most, man, and something that I'm so critical about Marvin Bagley, and I hate to bring this up, but if you get pushed out by a guard, he gives up on the play. And this just shows the difference in the type of talent and the relentless mindset that Evan Mobley has. And the kid did not give up. He stuck with it. He bounced right back up and he showed his length, athleticism, feel for the game. He got the putback dunk, man. This was so impressive. And it's how you set the tone for your team.
Yeah, as you can tell by the score down below, that's the first bucket of the game. So you knew that he came out with a lot of energy. He knew that the Clippers were going to be bumping him around, trying to get into him, because that's how the Clippers kind of play. They want you to feel their presence. That's what makes the Clippers so impressive every single night, is with their defense. And look, he got shoved out of the way. I believe that's by Reggie Jackson.
Yep.
And then to see Zubac there, Zubac was. I mean, this could sometimes be a situation where you can get an over the back call, but he used his length so well to stay high that when he came down, it wasn't going to be on Zubac. It was going to be putting the ball in the rim, which was, again, a great tone setter to start the game.
So let's look at this second clip right here. So we see some down screen actions here, and we see a play to get Evan Mobley to go downhill, but to be 7 feet, to be 19, 20 years old, and to make this play, this is a play that a seasoned vet makes. You pass, you cut, but it's just more impressive because he is a big man doing these types of things. You don't even get these young guards doing this right off the bat. He already sees this play, which is so impressive to me. And obviously, he did not make the shot, but to me, it was the intent. It was the ability to read the play. And again, man, this is just so impressive and such a positive if you're a Cavs fan.
Yeah, he took advantage of the matchup right there, especially when he saw that they were still chasing when he got that pass off to, I believe it was Jared Allen right there in the initial start of the play. He kept running. He made sure the play never stopped. And look, he has a nice matchup against Nicholas Batum with height and everything. So as soon as he got over, look, now he's chasing, got the pull on the jersey. He knew he had to attack. That's arguably a foul right there on Zubac. It's crazy that you're showing this game, because there was a lot of positives. You saw that, again, he tried to force a little bit here. He maybe could have made that extra pass because they did collide on him. But I think he thought he was going to get the foul call from Zubac. But, I mean, he struggled in this game. I think he went like 3 for 12. Like, this was still that's a really good play you just pulled up right there from a
Right,
big man.
but then the beautiful part about this is a lot of kids at this age get discouraged. Not him. He continued here. He switched on to Paul George. He contested, which is super impressive. Made it difficult there. He sticks to the play. He stays home. A lot of young players here, for the most part speaking, they like to just cheat and kind of help. And both you and I, play pickup basketball. Don't help. Stay home. He understands that. He's staying home. He's reading the plays. And the Cavs, for the most part, as a team, they are playing inspired defense and they're communicating very well. And it helps when you have a monster like this. But yet again, he's staying home. And obviously, it's a dribble handoff because Zubac can't do much. He gets beat, but then he recovers with that length. He makes it extremely difficult. And those are the little things that I'm talking about, man. That's just special to have the understanding to just stay with the play, stick with the superstar like Paul George, and just make it extremely difficult, man. You got to love it.
Yeah, I think that's the whole interesting thing about the Cavs, right? Like, look at that lineup right there. Look at that starting five. You have two small guys in Garland and Sexton, and then you have Markkanen, who was a power forward center for the Bulls,
7-footer.
Now playing small forward with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, who are another 7-footers. But they all play long. They all play fast. And I think he knows how to use his length very well. And you saw it right there on that defensive play.
So let's move on to play number 3. This is a block from Evan Mobley. Holy freaking smokes. And I know a lot of people were in the comments on our video about Evan Mobley versus Scotty Barnes and like, well, Scotty can't protect the rim like Evan Mobley. And without a question, that is true. 100%. Like, he can protect the rim, but not as good as this guy. And I'll say this, though. Yes, he can guard the perimeter, but he can't guard the perimeter like Scotty Barnes. They're both able to do similar things, but they definitely have strengths, right? It's not just rim protection. It's guarding the perimeter. It's playing off-ball defense. Are you a good team defender? All those little things you have to take into account, right? Just like a Davion Mitchell. In my opinion, it's between these 3 guys for like best defensive overall rookies. But my God, he's so impressive, and you've seen some nice actions here. Great pick and roll, but just for him to rotate, to understand that this was the play the entire time, my God, I'm just so impressed, bro. That's a very impressive play, and he kept it in play, right, which is super important. So then he runs the floor in transition. I am in awe of this kid.
Yeah, he's like I said, he plays aggressive, and that's the one thing you really gotta like about him, right? Is like he never stops being involved in every single play and every single matchup. Look, his eyes are constantly on what's happening while staying near to his guy. He knows his closeout length. Like, it's not like he was hedging all the way for Zubac. He still left enough room to where he can close out on Batum, but then he saw what the play was developing into,
right,
and he set for it. Look how long he's already. Zubac hasn't even left the ground yet, and he's already jumping. Like, that timing is there.
Is impeccable. And he knows, and this is watching the film too, he knows that Zubac is not the type of player or capable player to make that extra pass to the corner. That is knowing your scouting report. He read it. He understands that he wants to go straight for the dunk, and that's just a great thing, bro. So I love seeing that. Let's go to play number 4 here. This is another block, apparently. Let's see it develop. Again, they're chasing. Okay. So this is holy freaking smokes. Let's break this down. There's a lot of action going on. The Clippers are moving the ball well. You see weak side action on the other side. Strong side here. He's going for a dribble handoff, and he gets it done, right? But Mobley, what I love here, he's communicating, he's talking, and he just stays disciplined to their defensive philosophies. He's staying there. And he's all over the floor, man. And again, his timing is there. He read the whole play. Damn, bro. Like, I'm just impressed every time I watch this.
Yeah, like I said in the previous play, his eyes always stay with where the ball is at. And, he sometimes overcompensates a little bit. Obviously, we're looking at a lot of the good here, but
right.
I mean, yeah, he's showing so much promise. And I think the most impressive thing to me, like, as we're seeing him grab that rebound there off that miss, I mean, he's just constantly active, and he's moving around like a small forward as with the 7-foot body. And no, he's not. I'm not saying he has that Kevin Durant potential in him because his
Right.
handle isn't necessarily like there, and
And
not
his
many
shot
people
isn't that, yeah.
are ever going to be like that. But man, they have something real in Evan Mobley right now, and the way he just moves without that basketball, defensively, offensively, I think it's promising.
Right. So let's move on to the next play. And this is where, okay, so right off the bat, they're in a pick and roll action. And this is where Sexton struggles. Obviously, I think the young boy's had a really good season. He's scoring the ball at will. He's super tough. And now that he has 3 7-footers behind him, logistically speaking, it does make sense having 2 guards like Garland, like Sexton now. And I'm liking it more like the idea of it because he is a relentless scorer, but he still needs to work on his passing skills. Terrible pass in the pick and roll, way too low for Mobley to grab. But then Mobley doesn't stop, bro. Like he runs the floor, and just their transition defense is really good here. And then you get a steal, right? Like this is not what the Cavs were doing last year. They would have given up a shot, an open 3-point shot, and then just the young bull just does the rest, right? This is just nasty. Holy smokes. Good for him.
Yeah, Sexton had a game the other day. This guy had a game the other day. It was incredible. I didn't even have him in my FanDuel lineup, and I was angry about it. I was going off.
Should be. You should be. So great stuff from the entire team on that possession. Let's go to Mobley, number 7. Okay, so this is a knock on his game right here. This is the bad per se. So they are highlighting him in the mid post, high post area. They want him to take advantage of bigger guys using the speed, but Hartenstein takes a great angle and he uses his girth, his strength, and this is where Mobley will struggle at least for the next 2 years, this year and next year, until he adds strength. But this kid has a basketball bloodline. Brother played, mom played, dad played. Unlike Bagley's bloodline, which is also about, and I'm attacking Bagley, but this kid just gets it, man. And I just feel like I have no doubts he's going to get stronger and finish through a guy like this in the future. But this is where other teams can scout him and be like, okay, stay straight up. He's not going to push me over and I'll be just fine. But again, he needs to learn from these moments, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is just one of those things I was saying. Like, there's times where, and at this point in the game, I think in the first quarter, he was already like 0 for 3. So he was trying to find something there. They ran the play for him.
Right.
And I think when he got to his spot, he thought he was going to be able to do that bump and little fadeaway that he could do. And just by his feet. Like, if you go back and you look at his feet and how they're set up, it looked like he was going to try and do the spin fade right here. Mm-hmm. He wanted to just jump in and do that little spin fade that he does, and then he got stuck. Hartenstein stayed wide. He stayed on his base. He stayed strong. There's nothing you can really do there. Like you said, building strength to do it. I think right here what you need to do is you'll see Sexton cuts down to come help him. You need to find that pass and then reset and see if you can get set up again instead of forcing something that he gets into. Because right there, he tried to find it, right? Hartenstein stayed big.
Right.
Stayed on his base. He couldn't do it, so now he's forcing it, going the other way off of a pivot.
He also missed Sexton on this quick little bounce pass that he could have made. It was kind of congested, but he is capable of making this pass. But yeah, but then what's his name here read the play well, so he rotated very well, and it just wasn't there. But definitely just more awareness. And as he watches the film, he'll start to see these plays develop a lot more. Let's go to play number 8. Which one is this one? This is the fast break. Okay, so this is towards the end of the game already. He came into the 2-minute mark. He didn't play for for about 6 minutes from this point. They had Kevin Love out there. I think he was in foul trouble, if I'm not mistaken. But this is just a props to the Cavs, just as a team, as a unit right here. Great defense there by Ricky Rubio. He's playing out of his mind. I don't know, bro, if it's sustainable or not, but he always does this in the beginning of seasons, and then he kind of just dozes into who he's been, which is, again, a very good player, but not this type of player. And hopefully this continues and it just clicks for him. You know, very rare do players get better as they get older, but he could be like, this could be the right situation for him. But what I liked here is that my guy here didn't force it, but then Ricky finds a streaking man. he just knows how to play basketball. And I think that's the best thing about Mobley, right? Like, he just knows how to play the game. And a hyped up old man right here.
First time I've seen Kevin Love yell positivity from the bench since everyone left. That's the first time you'll ever see Kevin Love cheer for his team. Last year he was screaming, but it was for temper tantrums. So yeah, I mean, Mobley's just a young, active player, man. Like I said, you see it again. The game's essentially over, but the Clippers look like their heads are down. They were giving up on that fast break. Mobley saw it. He knew he was struggling in the game. He wanted to add some points. And look at it. He's the last one down, but the first one against all the other Clippers that were there. Look at that. Look how far he's getting trailed.
Yeah,
I mean, 100%. He had nothing but time. Rubio threw it up there, though, as if he was going to jam that,
yeah. And then, again, last shot, Young Bull takes a shot, right? And Mobley takes advantage of his size. This is a good thing that he got the offensive rebound. One thing that I hate about just all big men, there is no need to dribble this basketball, because if this was a close game, he could have gone snatched right here. Like, this is something that we both hate about bigs. Like, don't power dribble that. Go up with it right away. Get fouled. That is the Tim Duncan rule. Never bring the ball down. He does. Luckily, the game is over at this point, so he gets away with it. But it's just something to learn from, that if I was his coach or one of the assistant coaches, I would point out. Yeah, he gets fouled. He could have got fouled the first time, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think he also power dribbled because I think he was out of position when he landed on his feet. Like, I think he was off balance, but he knew he didn't want to give up the basketball. When he grabs the ball, like, you can see him like only balancing on one foot when he lands. So then he power dribbles and tries to get to the middle, and then he gets the foul. So yeah, I do agree with you. Like, when big men get the ball and you have a small matchup, keep the ball high, because then you bring it down low, you bring it down to where everyone can reach it. You're 7 foot tall. Make people jump up to come and get that ball from you.
Right. And then as a team, roughly they had about 13 offensive rebounds. They forced 14, second chance points 17, steals 9, blocks 3. Just a great team effort, Vince. Again, they're 3-2 for a reason. They beat the Nuggets, which is a very impressive victory. Final thoughts on Evan Mobley so far and just this Cavs team. Do you think it's real, or is it just too soon to tell?
I mean, it's real. I mean, they played some good opponents, right? I mean, they lost to the Grizzlies, but that was his first game of the season. He gets 17 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Then he has to go up against LaMelo Ball and gets 13 and 5. Next matchup then is Atlanta with John Collins and Clint Capella, and he gets 17 and 11 plus 4 blocks. I mean, is it real? Yeah, it's real. I mean, even in a game where he was struggling, this game where we're watching these highlights against the Clippers, he was 3 for 10 from the field. He got to the line 6 times still and finished with 12 points and 10 rebounds. But man, I mean, it was in a win. It was in a big win. And I think it's because he's constantly hustling. So I think this is the leading runner right now for Rookie of the Year, just because the Cavs are on a 3-game winning streak. They're 3-2 through 5 games. Who would have ever thought that? You know what I mean? So he's my leader right now. He has a slight edge over Scotty Barnes. But man, he's definitely something fun to watch.
The Raptors are 2-3. The Cavs are 3-2. Some people have Chris Duarte as well. So I would say all 3 of those rookies are in the mix for 1, 2, and 3. However you want to place them. This is just for the first week of basketball, 5 games in. We're not saying or projecting what is going to be 2 or 3 years from now, because Chris Duarte will hit his ceiling. He's a very good player now. He's an older rookie. With both Scotty and Evan, the sky is truly the limit. If you guys enjoyed this type of content, this film breakdown, we would really appreciate if you guys can like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you follow Vince Miracle at VM Center on Twitter, and check out his podcast as well. And just let us know in the comments, do you like this type of content? If you guys enjoy it, man, hit the like button. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.